Me too. All right. So now that we've all said hello and you know who's here, I'll be guiding this 60-minute flow. My name is Brooke. For those of you that I don't know, I'm so happy that you're here with us today. Excuse me. We will all stay muted during the practice, but if there's something that you need in the middle of practice and you need me, just you can unmute yourself and ask a question. We do upload these videos onto YouTube later, usually within about 24 hours. Sorry. And I don't actually have a demo with me here, but is there anyone here that's new to the practice? I feel like I've seen your faces or your names. So awesome. You've got people on here that if you need to follow somebody along on the video, there's plenty of people that know the practice well. So let's all get started in child's pose. In your unique space, become grounded onto your mat. Pay attention to your hands. Spread your fingers out wide and press down through all of the knuckles in your fingers and your thumbs. And travel your awareness up through your forearms, your elbows, into your shoulders. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. And lengthen your tailbone straight back to the back edge of your mat. Notice your shin bones, the tops of your feet as they rest on your mat. Just become aware of your body in this resting shape and know that at any time you need this child's pose, you can take it. You don't even have to turn off your video. It's okay to do what your body needs in your practice. Spread your toes out wide. Take a big, deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth. Press all the air out. Do that one more time. Big, full body breath in. And empty out. Downward facing dog. And take your movements here, whatever helps you come into your body as you begin this practice, your wiggles, your hops, your bend one knee, bend the other. Really become awake in your fingers and your toes. The ball mounds of both feet. And then just to check out the length of your dog to make sure you're in a safe spot, will you come forward in high plank, stack your shoulders right over your wrists? Yeah, maybe tiptoe your feet back another inch or two if you're not there already. Take one more breath in, downward facing dog. Breathe out. Now tiptoe your feet to meet your hands, ragdoll at the top of your mat. And press down through the ball mounds of both feet, the center of both heels. Yeah, and you can sway from side to side. This is where you really begin to check in, tune in with the noise, the chatter that's in your brain. Can you begin to silence that and tune into your breath? Ujjayi breath, in and out through your nose. Your breath that you can hear, but we're all sharing at the same time. Take one more inhale. Empty the air, release your hands to your shins, halfway lift, long flat spine, fold forward. One more time, halfway lift, hug your belly button in, straight flat spine, fold, extended mountain pose, reach all the way up. Look up towards your fingers, towards your ceiling or the sky. Big full body breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And we'll start our practice with one Om together, long and loud. Take a big breath in. Inhale, extended mountain, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Step back, high plank. And stay here in high plank just for a moment. Hug your belly button up and in, strong in your core, and this is your foundation, just like you're in extended mountain. Take one more breath, come forward, lower down halfway, low plank, upward facing dog. Press the tops of your feet into your mat, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, empty out. 4 more rounds of breath. Last 2. Last breath in, empty out. Step your feet to your thumbs. Lift halfway, forward fold, rise up, extended mountain. Fold. Halfway lift, breathe in, low plank, breathe out. Upward facing dog, shoulder blades to the back of your mat. Downward facing dog, lift up. Press both heels down towards your mat. Breathe in, breathe out. 3 more breaths. Yeah, you can bend your knees to get more access to lift your hips. One more big breath in, empty, step or jump, top of your mat. Half lift, fold, extended mountain, rise high, fold. Halfway lift, low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 5 rounds of breath, fill up and empty. Can you hear your own breath? Let it be the loudest thing in your space right now, over any birds chirping outside or lawnmowers, kids playing in the background. Just breathe. 2 more times, fill up, empty. Inhale, come up to your toes. Bend your knees, exhale, jump forward. Half lift, fold, extended mountain, lift up, fold forward. Halfway lift, low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here, powerful breath. Yeah, handstand hops are great. 1 more inhale, rise to your toes. Bend your knees, empty, jump forward. Halfway lift, forward fold, chair pose. Yeah, your deepest chair right from the beginning. So sit low. Yeah, you can always bring your hands down to your mat to see if you can touch right outside your feet. Lower your seat. Yeah, and then lift your arms up toward the ceiling. Take 2 more breaths. Fill up. You got it. Sit low. 1 more inhale. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior 1. Step your right foot to your right hand. Yeah, make your adjustments if you need to widen your stance. As you press into the outer edge of your back foot, really like wake up your back quad. Get your back leg involved in this warrior. Now, all parts of your body are a contribution. Drop your shoulders down your back. Yeah, nice, Kevin. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more inhale. Hands to your mat, flow low, low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Warrior 1, big step, left foot. Yeah, something I've noticed about my at-home practice is I'm more willing to like take up space on my mat and get curious about what a longer warrior feels like. Sometimes it feels really hard. Stack your left knee right over your left ankle. Can you parallel your left thigh to the mat? Yeah, really good, Rachel. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath in. Hands to your mat, flow low. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Giant breath in, empty out. 4 more breaths, your Ujjayi breath. And your drishti still focused towards the back of your mat, in between your shins. Unless you're going for those handstand hops, and then your drishti is right in between your thumbs. Nice, Naomi. 2 more breaths, fill up, empty out. 1 more big breath, rise to your toes, bend your knees, look forward, jump. Half lift, fold, chair pose. 1 breath, squeeze in, fold. Half lift, low plank, flow through. Turning up the breath, 1 breath each movement. Warrior 1, right foot, press down to lift up, hands to the mat, flow low. Up dog, down dog. Left side, warrior 1, press down. Hands to the mat, exhale. Upward facing, inhale. Downward facing, breathe out. Breath in, breath out. Staying in this present moment, this down dog right here, unlike anyone you've ever done. Two more breaths, fill up, empty. Breathe in, empty out, travel to the top of your mat. Half lift, fold, chair pose, fold. Half lift, low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Warrior 1, right foot. Lift your ribs to the ceiling, hands to the mat, slow, low. Upward facing, downward facing. Left foot, warrior 1. Yeah, go for it. You know where we are. Hands to your mat and slow. Upward facing, downward facing dog. 3 breaths together. Bring your awareness to your shoulders, like separate them, pull them down your back. Take 1 more big breath in, empty out, jump forward. Half lift, fold, chair. Fold. Halfway lift, low plank. Upward facing dog, press your chest forward, downward facing dog. Warrior 1, right foot. Hands to your mat, breathe out. Upward facing, downward facing. Warrior 1, left side. Hands to the mat, slow, low. Take a breath in. Empty out. 2 more times. We're going to do 1 more sun bee together. Make sure you're nice and warm for the rest of your practice. Last breath in. Empty. Jump forward. Half lift. Fold. Chair. Fold. Half lift. Low plank. Upward facing, downward facing, and you take your warrior right and left side, your breath, your movement, moving meditation. So great. Yeah, we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Lift your right heel up toward the ceiling. Bend your knee, open your hip, and as slowly as you can, flip your dog with control. Both feet face 12 o'clock towards the back of your mat. Yeah, and now really hug in through your shoulder blades. Lift your left hip up toward the sky, the ceiling. Nice, Elaine. Reach your top arm forward. Take one more big breath. Unflip. High plank. Side plank on your right hand, your right foot. And lift your left hip high toward the ceiling. And whatever modifications you want to take here, if you want to lift your top leg and maybe find that tree pose on side plank, yeah, you can come drop your right knee down if you need. Take one more big breath, lift up and high to low plank, upward facing, downward facing dog. Lift your left heel up toward the ceiling. Then the same thing, different side, bend your knee and slowly, like you're going through molasses, yeah, flip dog. Press your right hip straight up high, and then as you hug your shoulder blades in, it gives you more access to lift your heart high. Press down through both feet to lift up. Take one more big breath in, unflip, high plank, side plank on the left. Yeah, put a tiny little bend in your left elbow so you're not just using your joint, you're using your muscle. Lift your right hip straight high up toward the sky. Flex your toes towards your face. Take one more breath, nice Kate. High to low plank. Flow through, upward facing, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in through your nose. Blubber your lips as you breathe out. Just let it all go. And do that again. Fill up. Let it all out. High crescent, right foot in between your hands. Yeah, so you're on the ball mound of your back foot. Left heel stacks straight over the ball mound of your left foot. And now lift your back hamstring up toward the ceiling. Drop your shoulders down your back. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart and twist over your right thigh. Yeah, you can hook your left elbow outside your right thigh. And you have options. You can keep your hands like in that prayer position, or you can make one a fist up against your hand. Sometimes that helps me get more access to the twist. Yeah, lift your right elbow. No, is that your right elbow? Now I'm confused. Yeah, right elbow up toward the ceiling. Take a big breath in, twist. One more inhale. Exhale, stay for the twist. Open up, warrior two, big breath in. Press the right side of your right knee to the outside of your mat. Yeah, so it's stacked right over your ankle, more towards the pinky toe edge. And your drishti right over your middle fingers of your right hand. Take a breath in. Extended side angle, right elbow to your right knee. And we have a few breaths. So if you have a variation and you want to go for a half bind or a full bind, some of you are already flying in your birds of paradise. You choose what this practice at noon on a Tuesday is going to do for you. Yeah, bound half moon. And if you're staying on both feet, where can you create more energy? Stack your right knee over your right ankle. Take one more big breath. Exhale, hands to your mat. Step back, flow through. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Left side, high crescent lunge. And take a moment to be in this high crescent lunge. Empower your right hamstring, press it up toward the ceiling. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to your heart, twist left. Yeah, and then really bring your awareness to your navel. Hug it up and in towards your spine so that you're not really resting your belly on your thigh as much as you are pressing into your thigh with your right arm. Full body breath in. Twist as you breathe out. One more time, big breath in. Twist. Open up, warrior two. Breathe in. And then draw your right hip back. So it's an open hip shape, yes. Stack your left knee over your left ankle. Extended side angle. Yeah, and then you choose what this looks like. You know, there's so many things about this whole situation we can't choose, but your yoga practice, you choose every bit of it. Yeah, empower your muscles with a, you know what, we're just gonna see what happens today. Yeah, really good. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are. Last big inhale. Exhale, hands to your mat. Step back, flow through. Beautiful birds of paradise. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale, rise to your toes. Bend your knees, look forward and jump to your hands. Half lift, forward fold, thunderbolt, chair pose. And just like that very first chair that you sat so low in, can you do that again here? Squeeze your inner thighs up and in towards your hip bones. Bring your hands to your heart, twist right. Keep your breath flowing. We have 3 more breaths in this chair, this prayer twist. Biggest breath in, big twist, chair pose. Come back to center, sit low. Bring your hands to your heart, twist left. Yeah, with your breath, every inhale, get long in your spine. Every exhale, twist over your left thigh. You can do it. You've got it. Lower your hips. 2 more times. Breathe in. Twist deep. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Sit low. Fold forward. Let it go. Separate your feet. Fingers to toes. Forward fold. Give yourself lots of space. So widen your stance. And as you hook your peace fingers around your big toes, like press down on your fingers with your toes at the same time that you're pulling up. That equal and opposite action. And shake your head yes and no. Again, like notice if you've got a lot of chatter going on in your brain, can you breathe louder than the chatter? Palms to toes. Slide your hands under your feet. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And rock your body weight a little more forward into the ball mounds of your feet. Get a good stretch in your hamstrings. And release your feet or your hands out from under your feet. Take crow pose. Plant your hands, bend your elbows, and fly. Now, what does that look like for you right now? Hug your elbows in toward one another, your knees into your elbows. Yeah, flying, half crow pigeon thing. Nice, Kevin. Yeah, you're here to play just for a few more breaths. You've got it. Squeeze in. If you've gotten out, you can get back in. Deep squat is always a good option. Take one more breath. Shoot it back. Chaturanga, low plank. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Let go of everything that's happened up until this point in practice. And jump your feet to your hands. Half lift, fold, rise up, extended mountain. And then drop your arms by your side, Samasthiti. Just take in what your body feels like right now. Close your eyes. Notice your feet on your mat. Press down through the ball mounds of both feet. Lift and spread all 10 toes. Empower your quadriceps. Lift your hip points up towards your ribs. Drop your shoulders down your back. Breathe in. Breathe out. And flutter your eyes open. Eagle, right side. Strong in the foundation here. Both legs equally a part of this shape. As you squeeze your right leg over your left, press down firmly through the foot of your left leg. And then again, like loosen up around your neck. Drop your shoulders down your back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Switch sides. Eagle, left. Squeeze your thighs together. And then squeeze your arms together. Press your right arm down, your left arm up to make that lock in between. And keep your focus, your drishti and your ujjayi, all a contribution to the balance here. One more inhale. Switch sides, eagle, right side. Yeah, and if you don't get the wrap on your foot, it's totally fine. Just flex your toes of your right foot up towards your shin, keeping it active. And can you lift your elbows in line with your shoulders? Yeah, that's it. Breathe in, breathe out, switch sides. Last eagle, you got it. Sink your hips towards your mat and stack your hips right over your shoulders. No, other way around, shoulders over your hips. We're not upside down yet. My whole world is topsy-turvy now. I don't know which end is up. Take one more breath, sit low, and release. Standing leg raise on the right. Hug your right knee in. And then begin to open it up towards the right, whether you hold on to your knee or to your big toe. And whether you use a chair to keep your balance or the railing of your deck, everything's at play here. Use what you've got, your focus, your drishti. Come back to center, kick your foot straight out in front of you, flex your toes towards your face, lift your arms straight up. Take one more inhale, lift high, airplane, kick back. Lift your right heel up toward your ceiling, your sky, and point your right toes straight down towards your mat. So good. Yeah, wobbles are great. I see you flying, Amanda. Take 2 more breaths. Focus on your core. Hug your belly button up and in. Half moon. Left hand down, right fingertips spread wide. Reach up towards the ceiling. And again, your foot is still a contribution. Your right foot, flex your right toes. Fire up your right calf, your right quad. Lift your right hip straight up. Take 2 more breaths. Fill. Empty. 1 more. Inhale. Fold forward. Really great work, guys. Shake it out. And come all the way up to standing. Standing leg raise, left foot. Left knee, left foot, you choose. And then open up. And take your drishti out over your right thumb. And drop your shoulders down your back. Yeah, finding some ease along with the effort in this balance series, so critical. Come back to center. Kick your left toes straight out. Lift your left toes 5 more inches, lift up, and then kick back, airplane. Yeah, your slow, steady transition. That's where the work really happens, right? It's in between the shapes. Like, do you pay attention to how you get from point A to point B, or are you just there? This time is a time to kind of focus on what is in between all those moments, right? Stuff we didn't know existed. Take 1 more breath. Half moon. Now lift your left hip high, strong in your right leg. And pull your left shoulder blade back and down towards your spine. Take 2 more breaths. Biggest, fullest expression. Nice, Liz, Shavasana. Take last inhale, fold forward, shake it out. And come all the way up to standing. We're moving into tree pose, and you get to choose on your tree whether you're taking traditional tree with your foot pressed into your upper thigh, or if you want to take a figure 4, you can rest your right ankle above your left knee. And take your breaths in your shape. You have the freedom to choose. And then once you've established your balance, begin to grow your branches. And just take a moment to acknowledge your breath and the contribution your breath makes to your balance. One more breath. Nice, Kristen. So great. And release. Okay, tree, left side. And again, you're pressing opposite sides in toward the center. So really press your right thigh into your left foot, your left heel, the ball mound of your left foot. Lift the crown of your head up toward the ceiling. And then maybe try on a different place for your eye gaze. Do you want to try to close your eyes or look up toward the ceiling or the sky? Two more breaths. Nice. Last one in and let it go. Shake it out. Extended mountain pose. Lift up, look up, maybe a little bitty back bend fold forward. Halfway lift, low plank, flow through your vinyasa, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, moving into the grounding part of the series, triangle on the right. Step your right foot to your right thumb. And so your right knee is mostly straight. You want a tiny little micro bend in your right knee. Your hips are open to the side of your mat. Pull your left hip more towards the side. I'm trying to figure out a good cue here. Left toward the side of your mat, towards the right side of your mat. And stay strong in your neck. So lift the crown of your head straight forward towards the front of your mat. Yeah, nice, Amanda. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. Side facing wide leg, forward fold. Pivot both toes in the same direction. And then fold over your straddle. And you can choose to stay on your feet, or you can maybe try on a headstand. Kevin's got his tripod going. Lauren, nice. Naomi, strong. Yeah, keep your breath flowing. Take advantage of this opportunity for stillness. And if you've gotten upside down, make your way back down to your mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Slowly come all the way up to standing. Namaste, front facing forward fold. So take your hands behind your back and either hold opposite elbows or find reverse prayer and fold over your right shin. And there's definitely other arm variations for this. I mean, if you want to bring your hands to your mat, that's totally fine. This is just a way to kind of open up through your chest, drop your shoulders down your back. Take one more inhale. Twisting triangle. Drop your left hand, like spider your fingers onto the floor, onto the mat. Lift your right fingertips up toward the ceiling. Hug your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Hug your belly button up and in. Press your right hip straight back towards the back of your mat. One more big breath. Hands to the mat. Flow through. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Triangle, left foot. Yeah, same thing, both legs equal in their contribution. So as you press through your right foot, draw your right hip up toward the ceiling. And your left hip can go back towards the back edge of your mat. Take one more breath, lengthen your spine. Come all the way up to standing. Pivot your toes in the same direction. Side facing wide leg, forward fold. Yeah, lots of variations here. You can bend one knee and then the other for Skandasana. You can hold on to grip your fingers behind your back for a shoulder wrench. Or maybe this is the side you prefer to go upside down on, depending on what all you've got in your space. I don't know if I'd want to fall into a fireplace, but it's possible. And bring your hands to your hips. Come all the way back up. Pyramid or reverse namaste, front facing forward fold. Yeah. And really just think short and wide in your stance. So about 2 feet front to back, 2 feet between your feet. Fold over your left shin. Keep the length in your spine. Press down through both feet. Breathe in. Fold. One more inhale. Twisting triangle, right hand down, left fingertips reach high up toward the ceiling. Yeah, a block is a great tool under your right hand to bring the floor a little closer. It helps me feel a little more strong in my foundation. Fill up, twist open. One more big breath and hands to the mat. Flow through. Upward facing, downward facing dog. And jump all the way through. Come into lying on your back. We're gonna jump straight into bridge and wheel right here. So bring your feet close to your hips, hip distance apart. Maybe you could just barely graze the heels with your middle fingers. And then when you're ready, lift up, lift your hips. Squeeze in your shoulders, squeeze your belly button in. Yeah, you still want to use your core, even though you're using your legs to lift your hips. Fill up, lift up, and lower down. All right, 6 wheels, noon on a Tuesday. Here we go. Press down through your feet. Bring your hands up by your ears and lift. Yeah, nice, Kate. Hug your shoulders in. Press through the center of both heels. Lower down. Nice, Sarah. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift up. Wheel number 2. You've got it. Rise and shine. Yeah, press through both hands. Lift up and lower down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Number 3, right here. Get it and go. We're going to meet Kristen and Sarah, both of them staying up through all of these so far. Hug your knees in towards the center and lower down. All right, we're halfway there. Press your feet down. Lift your hips. Number 4, you got it. Strong legs, strong core, strong heart. Lower back down. Take a breath. Let it out. You've done 4. Surely you've got 2 more. Lift up. Number 5 right here. Yeah, so good. Maybe try a different variation. Maybe you lift a foot. Maybe you can lift a hand. Like wave at me and let me know you're still in it. Take a breath. Lower down. Nice, Amanda. All right, this is it. Last one. Best one. Press down. Lift up. You got it. You're here for you. You're strong for this community for 5, 4, 3. Yeah, you can lift your heels up. 2 and 1. Lower back down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Press the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall open wide. And bring your awareness back to your breath. And take another moment to examine the chatter in your mind. Can you quiet that? Acknowledge whatever's there and then just let it go for this last bit of practice. Happy baby. Hold onto the outsides of both feet. And rock and roll from side to side. You can straighten one leg and then the other. And then just a tiny bit of core. Straighten your legs, heels straight up towards the sky. Bring your hands behind your neck and set up for scissor legs. So drop your right leg 45 degrees. Flex both feet towards your face and then just pulse up to your left knee for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend both knees. Yogi bicycles. Straighten one leg out long. Yeah, and just alternate. We're going to do this for 20. 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze your knees in. Rock and roll up into high boat. Press both sits bones down under the mat. Lift the crown of your head up. Reach both hands up toward the ceiling. Breathe in. Come back into low boat. Stretch out. Hug in high boat. Stretch back out low boat. Last one, high and low. Hold here. 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll forward and back. And make your way into downward facing dog. However you want to get there. Take a flow. Maybe you want another chaturanga in your practice. Half pigeon on the right. Bring your right knee in line with your right wrist. Your right foot towards your left wrist. It doesn't have to be totally parallel. And bring your awareness to your spine. Lengthen your spine forward. And then travel down to your hips. Can you notice, maybe even just self-adjust, bring a hand back to your left hip. Can you pull your left hip in line with your right? Kind of square them off. And be right here in this shape. Breathe loud enough to dispel any of the thoughts that are creeping back into your mind. Take 2 more breaths. And then come into double pigeon. Swing your left leg around, stack it on top of your right. So your left shin stacks with your right. Extend your left ankle off of your right knee. And before you move anywhere, just notice your sits bones. Even them out on your mat, and then lift the crown of your head up toward the ceiling. And you can stay here sitting upright, or you can begin to press your chest forward if you want a little more sensation in your hips, a little more opening in your hips. And flex your toes towards your shin, so you're active in both feet. Take 2 more breaths. Come all the way back up, and then you can leave your left knee bent. Swing your right leg around, half pigeon on the other side. And make sure that your right foot is coming straight out of your ankle. Like toes straight back 12 o'clock. And draw your awareness up through your right calf to your right thigh, the right hamstring, right hip. Your own little body scan wherever you are. And if thoughts come up, it's okay. Acknowledge them and then just send them on their way. Take another breath in half pigeon. And double pigeon on the other side. So sit back up, bring your right leg around to stack your right shin on top of your left. And set up same as before, both sits bones even. Straighten and lengthen your spine. And then if you want a little bit more, you can begin to fold forward, keeping your sits bones grounded on your mat. The moment you feel them start to lift a little, then that's as far as you go. Keeping the integrity of the shape is more important than how far forward you can fold. Two more breaths. And come back all the way up. Stretch your legs out long in front of you, seated, forward fold. You can bounce your knees up and down. Flex your toes towards your face. Press your heels towards the front of your mat. Reach for the outsides of both feet. You know, whether that's bent knees or if you want to band for longer arms is what that kind of creates. And hug your belly button up and in, and then take your chest towards your toes. Your collarbone stretches forward towards your toes. And release here, reverse table. Plant your feet, take your hands behind your hips, lift your hips high. Drop the crown of your head back towards your mat. It feels okay in your neck. Take a full body breath in. Open your mouth, let out some air, some noise, whatever feels releasing to you. Take one more big breath in. Lion's breath, stick out your tongue, let it all out. Lower your hips, come into fish pose. So if you have a block or a pillow and you want to use that beneath your spine, like right up towards in between your shoulder blades, that's a great spot. Otherwise, just bend your elbows and slide your hips back on top of your hands. Like your hips can come almost to your wrists. So that your chest is the highest point on your body. Your heart is open. And now you can create an inversion of your choice. If fish feels really good and you want to stay, feel free to stay or come into your variation of an inversion, whether that's a headstand or a shoulder stand. You've got a wall or deck railing you want to use to take your legs up. The freedom to discover, to tune everything else out and just be in your body. And be okay with what is exactly as it is, right here, right now. And if you're in shoulder stand, make your way into plow pose. Take your feet overhead. Death yogi. Bend your knees around your ears or your temples, eye sockets. And then as slowly as you can, roll all the way back out onto your mat. Supine twist. And if you have your legs up the railing or up a wall, you're welcome to stay there all the way through Savasana if you like. Keep both shoulders pressed down onto your mat. You can gaze out over your right thumb. And then switch sides. Slowly straighten your right leg, bend your left knee, hug it in tight. Drop it over to the right. Eye gaze out over your left thumb. And then come back to center. Stretch your arms out long overhead, full body breath in, toes as far away from your fingers as you can get. Take a giant breath. Let it all out. And then bring your arms down by your side, Savasana. You know, the deep rest that can only be felt after all of the work and effort that you've put into your practice. And nothing else to do here but just be. This is a time when all of the sounds sort of blend in together with your breath, your heartbeat. You're a part of all of that. And all of that is a part of you. Slowly begin to become aware of the sounds once again around you. Bring an awareness back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Roll off to the right side of your mat or left side, whichever's easier in your space. And just acknowledge yourself for showing up on your mat for this community, for yourself, staying committed to your practice. And whatever that looks like or whatever that does for you as individual. When you're ready, you can press yourself up into an easy seat. Draw your hands to your heart. And we'll seal our practice in together with one final Om. Take a big breath in. Thumbs to your forehead center. The light in me honors and respects and reflects the light in each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us today and staying committed to our community. Together we bow and say, Namaste. Thank you all so much. You can unmute yourself.